Hello students, have you ever wondered how we can pinpoint an exact location in a two-dimensional space, like on a map or even within a classroom? Well, this is exactly what coordinate geometry allows us to do. Today, we are diving into the Cartesian system, which forms the foundation for plotting points on a plane using two perpendicular lines. Imagine you're trying to find your friend's house in a city grid. If you know the street number and the house number, you can pinpoint the exact location. In the same way, coordinate geometry uses numbers to represent positions on a plane, giving us the ability to describe points clearly and precisely. The Cartesian system is a way to represent any point in a plane using two reference lines that intersect at the origin. These lines are called the x-axis and y-axis. Let's now explore the x-axis and y-axis in more detail. The x-axis is the horizontal line, and it measures how far a point is from the vertical axis, or how far left or right a point is from the origin. Positive values on the x-axis lie to the right of the origin, while negative values lie to the left. Similarly, the y-axis is the vertical line, and it measures how far a point is above or below the horizontal axis. Positive values on the y-axis lie above the origin, and negative values lie below it. These two axes divide the plane into 4 quadrants. We can use these quadrants to determine where our point is located based on the signs of its coordinates. Now that we understand the axis, let's talk about how we represent points in the Cartesian system. Every point is represented as an ordered pair x, y, where x is the horizontal distance from the origin and y is the vertical distance. The first number, x, tells us how far the point is along the x-axis, while the second number, y, tells us its position along the y-axis. For example, the point 3, 4 means we move 3 units to the right along the x-axis and 4 units up along the y-axis. You could think of it like following a map. The x-coordinate tells us how far to go east or west, and the y-coordinate tells us how far to go north or south. It's very important to note that the order of the coordinates matters. The pair 3, 4 is different from 4, 3. The first number is always the x-coordinate, and the second is the y-coordinate. Asterisk, now that we understand how coordinates work, let's learn how to plot points. To plot a point on the plane, we start at the origin 0, 0 which is where both axes intersect. From there, we move along the x-axis to the value of x, and then we move vertically along the y-axis to the value of y. If both x and y are positive, you move right and up. If both are negative, you move left and down. For example, to plot the point 5, minus 3, we first move 5 units right along the x-axis and then 3 units down along the y-axis. This process is the same for all points. So, let's look at how we plot a few more points. Here's an interesting part of the Cartesian system, the 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is where both x and y are positive, i.e. x, y becomes plus, plus. The second quadrant is where x is negative and y is positive, i.e. x, y becomes minus, plus. The third quadrant has both x and y negative, i.e. x, y becomes minus, minus, and the fourth quadrant has x positive and y negative, i.e. x, y becomes plus, minus. By knowing the signs of the coordinates, we can determine which quadrant the point lies in. This is especially helpful when solving geometric problems or plotting points based on certain conditions. Asterisk, let's apply what we've learned with an example. Suppose we have the point 4, minus 2. First, we start at the origin. Move 4 units to the right along the x-axis and 2 units down along the y-axis. Now, we know that the point lies in the fourth quadrant because the x-coordinate is positive and the y-coordinate is negative. Similarly, the point minus 3, 5 lies in the second quadrant because the x-coordinate is negative and the y-coordinate is positive. Now, let's plot these points and see their locations. So, to quickly recap, today we learned about the Cartesian system, which allows us to describe the position of a point in a plane using ordered pairs x, y. We explored how the x and y axes form the coordinate plane, dividing it into 4 quadrants. We also practiced how to plot points and identify the quadrant they belong to based on their coordinates. This is just the beginning. In the next video, we will explore how to calculate the distance between 2 points using the distance formula. Stay tuned. I hope you now have a solid understanding of the Cartesian system and how it works. This is going to be the foundation for many exciting topics ahead. See you in the next video.